Hey, Ram fans, Mark from Rams Up. The Rams fall to the Broncos 41 to nothing. That's right, 41 to nothing. Not a fun game to watch. Man, you're just sitting there, sitting back, enjoying a few hours of Rams football, hoping some of these young guys step up and do something great. And aside from Ethan Evans, didn't see a whole bunch of that. It was not a fun game to watch. But it is a preseason game, not that important in the grand scheme of things. Although, again, you would hope some of these youngsters would step up and make a few plays. Didn't see a lot of that at all. Let's review those things that I said I wanted to see in this game, and I hit on a few of them. No Alaric Jackson, no Steve Avila, please. Check. And hey, kind of should have been a no-brainer the way Sean McVay approaches the preseason in the first place. I'm surprised they played last week, but those guys didn't set foot on the field. The second thing I wanted to see, how about a 45-yard field goal from Tanner Brown to put my mind at ease? And he sets up for a 39-yarder. I'm thinking, okay, I'll settle for a 39-yarder, and he yanks it left. Boy, oh boy, that I would have felt so much better about this special teams unit going into Seattle had he hit that. Now we got something to worry about between now and then. And Tanner Brown, his job could be in jeopardy. But I hear he's great in camp. That's wonderful to hear. Need to see it in a game. Let's see. The other thing I wanted to see was I wanted to see a cornerback and a safety step up and separate themselves from the crowd. I feel like we know who our top four cornerbacks are. One of them got ejected, Trey Tomlinson. And I think I know who our top four safeties are. I think we're going to carry five of each. Who are those fifth guys? And if there were two guys that maybe made a couple more plays than the rest of the crowd, maybe separated themselves a little bit, I'd guess Cameron McCutcheon and Quindell Johnson. Have to go back and watch more of this game to decide, but that's what I'm thinking right now. Another thing I wanted to see is some Nick Hampton pressure on the quarterback. We got a little bit, nothing to get too excited about though. He's a guy, kind of an unknown quantity at this point, coming off the edge. And saw a little bit, like I say, but I think he's going to make this team, obviously. Probably be mostly a special teams guy. He's probably going to need some development before he really gets into the rotation. This might have been our last chance to see what he can do off the edge. I wanted to see improved kick coverage and a better return game. Well, we received a lot of punts. We didn't kick off much, just once, right? Not much to report here. The Broncos didn't have any significant returns, so that's a good sign. The return game, again, we returned some punts, nothing special. To be honest with you, I don't even know. I wasn't paying close attention to our punt returning. I don't think I have anything good or bad to report there, though. I'll have to go back and look. The sixth thing I wanted to see, a lot more Zach Evans, and what I saw was not really that. Nothing to confirm my belief that he could be something special. The announcers are saying the Rams are going to carry only 3 running backs, which has surprised me. I thought it would be 4. If it's 3, what are we even talking about? The top 3 are Akers, Kyron Williams, and Ronnie Rivers, right? If Zach Evans is trying to supplant Ronnie Rivers for the number 4 running back spot, that didn't happen tonight. And if they're carrying 4 running backs, which was what I went into this game thinking, it could be Royce Freeman versus Zach Evans. I had Zach Evans winning that battle, but after tonight, maybe Royce Freeman. I don't know. I'll have to sleep on that one. And then the 7th thing I wanted to see was a dresser win to Braxton Burmeister completion. Just because, and there were 2 of them actually, for a total of 15 yards. Dresser Wynn and Braxton both actually looked pretty good late in the game. Pretty much scrap time for both guys, but good for them. They got in the game and they connected. And the last thing I wanted to see was I wanted to see Mike McAllister finish this preseason, taking every single center from every single snap from center, and I'm pretty sure he did. It looked like it to me. I didn't see him come out. So he's a warrior. He's a martyr. Allowed us to keep Coleman, Shelton, and Brian Allen on the shelf, healthy, ready to go week 1. So what were my major takeaways from this game? You can't take too much from this 41-0 preseason game. Sean Payton is approaching this completely differently than Sean McVay. That's obvious. The announcers talked about that a little bit. And I talked about that incident with Sean Payton and the Saints with the Rams in the preseason a few years back. And he did some similar things, being very aggressive late in the game. And Sean McVay was caught on the mic saying something to the effect of, "What is with this dude?" And kind of the same thing tonight. I thought they might try an onside kick after that late touchdown, but whatever. Rams certainly kind of pack it in early, play vanilla offense and defense. So I'm not too worried about the score here, just disappointed some of these young guys didn't really elevate themselves from what I could see. Tanner Brown, talked about him a little bit. He's worrying me, but Ethan Evans, 6 punts for a 53 plus average. He is the real deal. I'm predicting right now Ethan Evans will be a Pro Bowl punter at some point. I was confused with a few things. Marquise Copeland out there in the fourth quarter. I'm trying to figure out the roster because I'm going to propose my 53-man roster tomorrow, and I had Copeland penciled in already, and then he's out there in the fourth quarter. So I'm not sure what to make of that. I'm just going to have to take my best guess tomorrow. And Logan Bruss comes back from that ankle injury. Got to give him credit for that. If you were to ask me right now, who would I feel more comfortable plugging into the starting offensive line right now, Zach Thomas, Warren McClendon, or Logan Bruss? It'd be Zach Thomas. He has played the best of those three guys. McClendon struggled a couple times tonight. Logan Bruss, I'll have to go back and look, but I don't care what he did tonight. We can't feel really good about him getting plugged into the starting offensive line. But Zach Thomas, I'd roll with Zach Thomas in a heartbeat. But that doesn't mean he's going to make this squad. Another tough thing to figure out in the next 24, 48 hours. For me, it's going to be the next 12 hours. I got to figure it out. Let's see what else. If there were three guys, if you forced me to name three guys that played well, one is Ethan Evans, and that's never a good sign when the first guy's name out of your mouth is the punter. And he did get the Rams player of the game from the announcing crew. But I would have to say Johnson and Johnson had their moments. I'm talking about Quindell Johnson and Deshaun Johnson. Both of them may have done enough to make this team. Both playing late in the game, though. But, yeah, not sure. It's going to be some tough calls. And that, I think the bottom 7 or 8 guys are really up for grabs still. If I had to take my guess, the last time I posted anything, I had 45 guys there, but I included a couple of guys that now I'm second guessing myself whether they really belong on this roster or not, but we'll see. So that's all I got for now. Don't lose too much sleep over this final score. Not very meaningful. Could be a good thing. Maybe Seattle is going to look at this score and think the Rams are going to be a pushover. Rams finished the preseason 0-3, the same record they finished with in 2021, and we know what happened that year. They went on to win the Super Bowl. That's all I got for now. Out here from Rams Up.